Good morning, Senior Pride here, and today I'm going to talk about empowerment. I know I talk about this a lot, but it's really big for me anyways, and I know it's big for others. People perceive those of us who are a little older as easy targets. I've said this before, I'll say it again. They see us as not having the capacity, or anybody believing that we have the capacity to speak up if our rights are being violated, if basic decency is being violated. So, I don't know if you know I wear hearing aids. I do. They're completely shot. For weeks I have been asking for assistance to get, because this is the place that gives me access to a ride essentially, and I have desperately tried to get to my audiologist office, because these particular hearing aids, when the batteries go, the only thing that can be done is they're sent in and they're replaced. That's this particular set of hearing aids. The fact is, I've had no way of getting access. One of many issues that's gone on here. Doctor's appointments have been canceled on the same day because suddenly my ride wasn't available. At the time, they kind of seemed like decent excuses, except that it kept piling up. After I emailed a complaint about certain concerns and I focused on specific concerns, they started retaliating in full. It got silly. Again, when they see seniors, and this happens all the time, all over the place, when they see older people who don't have family that can step in to say, like, this can't happen, you can't abuse my older person, or you can't abuse my person with disabilities, they go to town. They feel like there's no consequences. Yesterday, I'd had enough. No hearing aids. Can't even figure out anything. And, with my sight and my hearing. So I filed a human rights complaint. And this is what empowerment means. Yes, they could retaliate more, but the fact is, I focused that complaint on things I had physical evidence of, so, an email that they had sent with somebody else's behavior report, that kind of thing. And I focused on things that they didn't have random excuses for, or seemingly decent excuses for. I didn't tell the Human Rights Commission that, at least as long as I've been here, which is 6 years and over 2 months, the heat has been so out of control, so high, that people are getting sick, because I have no visible proof. And there will be excuses like, oh, older people need more heat. And unfortunately, that misnomer is frequently passed along and people believe it. It also doesn't fall directly under the purview of human rights in Alberta, which is a biggie. But if they do something like retaliate for the human rights complaint by evicting me, I actually have a way of making that as a retaliation complaint. So I mentioned the retaliation in the complaint, but didn't focus on it. I focused on the issues that had led to the retaliation. And this is the thing. If you're going to take control, be very specific, be very careful. Don't let your feelings get in the way of your cognition. Focus on what is actually going on and what you can get support with. Be very careful to go through every possible piece of information that will help you to do the best at advocating for yourself and for others around you. And this is the thing. When one of us advocates, it helps all of us. The more of us who advocate, the better it will get. We have to speak up or we will pay. People who run, for example, low-income housing for seniors depend on the idea that people have ignorant ideas about seniors and will simply allow that to go on and on. They don't see us as viable citizens anymore. So we have to prove them wrong. We have to show them that that is not the way it is. We have to speak up. No, it's not easy. My birthday is tomorrow, and I'm spending time when I would like to be celebrating, struggling massively But you know what? The feeling of empowerment is better than any feeling you'll ever get, because you know no matter what happens, you weren't kowtowed, you weren't locked down, you weren't silenced. Don't let people silence you. Speak up. If you see something happening to someone else, say in a facility like I'm in, or in the community, or at work, anywhere, speak up. Yes, it's going to lead to consequences. Yes, you're going to find yourself doing something like filing a human rights complaint. But you will know that you did the right thing. And there is one thing they cannot take away from us, our morals. We have what we have, whatever they are, whether we agree with somebody else's or disagree. We have what we have inside, and that cannot be taken away. That is what maintains us. So stick by what you believe, do what you believe, and stand up for yourself and others, because I promise you, the feeling is one of incredible strength. You do have power. They can't take that away. So today I say, stand up and be heard. Be heard. Cheers.